Alright, hey, what's up YouTube? I know it's been a long time, but finally had some time in my high school year, and I'm here with the air track tutorial. Finally got it. I know you guys been waiting for a long time, but here it is. I'm gonna keep it general, but a bit lengthy like I usually do in my old videos. But I'm gonna give you more tips on how to practice correctly and what are the right techniques to practicing Airflare. And also I'm going to discuss some problems that a lot of people have, and I know maybe one of you viewers might have that problem, and it's I'll teach you how to correct it and everything so you can get on the right track for practicing. So to show you how two Airflares is, I don't have much space in the background. There you go. Two Airflares. So, I guess go straight right into it, basics and everything. Right. So, what's crucial is the momentum step. The momentum step will get you that necessary swing, like any power move, especially like flares, windmills, to get right into your power moves. So you get into the momentum step, you want to bend down a little bit. For the flare, you bend down, you sweep up and then up. But for Airflare, the same concept. You want to start low, and then kick high, and then catch high, and then come down low, and then sweep high, catch high. So the same concept for Airflare. You're gonna reach this one. You want to twist it more this way. So you have that necessary twist. I go clockwise, by the way, for the people that don't know. So you want to go twist. Sorry about that. Keep your legs straight and let that power keep swinging. So the approximate height where you're supposed to be at the first stage is about here. About a plank position. Not too high like handstand, but just right about here. And the whole key point is you gotta have kicking space for your Airflare. You want all that kicking space for your Airflare. Now, this is the most important part about the Airflare. This is what you need to practice in the first. If you don't have it, after coming out of flare, you gotta have, for Airflares, you gotta have flares, you gotta have windmills to be able to understand the power move concepts and how they work. And an Airflare is basically a flare, but a very high flare, and you're literally just tapping. You're tapping in a flare. So the key steps. This is how you're supposed to practice. So, well, first of all, you have to get the beginning prerequisites to getting into an Airflare. Make sure your legs are far wide, and make sure you can do this. Actually, basically, it's the New York Airflare. If you can allow yourself to swing that much space, that is the same exact swing you want to do, but you want to swing up now. And now, the thing is, when it gets to the pike part, when you're in the plank position, you sweep, and then you want to get into that pike position. You want to stall as long as possible. If you look at Marcio's Airflare or Astro's Airflare, they literally pike it and just tap. And literally, Airflare is like nothing to them. And so basically, this is what you need to practice the first, when you're trying to get the pike part. You see how I pike, I hold it, don't worry about the legs. Swing up, hold, and then tap. Tap it if you can. You don't have to Western Air land it, but you have, like, whole key concept is to be able to just get that feeling of go from here, pop. And so here's the major mistake that comes in, the swinging part. A lot of people do this. There's two problems. One, they're swinging outwards, not up. So their power is not in a circular direction going this. It's going out. So if they kick out, your body will go out and you'll catch outwards, and that's significantly harder if you haven't noticed. And second of all, a lot of people don't catch with their elbow. They're scared. They just do this. And then like, oh yeah, one air flare. No, it's not. It's like you have to relearn it all over again. Anyways, so the key ways to get rid of this fear is, one, focus on catching first. Focus on learning the catch, then focus on learning the kick. And what I mean by the catching is this. Practice this. You see, like I stuck it. You get into the pike, stick. It's okay if you catch with your left foot, as long as you get the idea, as long as you're not scared about catching it on the other arm. Again, sweep, sweep, catch. This will get rid of the fear of, and then hitting your elbow or whatever, shoulder. That's a key way to get rid of it. Some people, they go too high. Some people are like this. I used to do those air flares, but it didn't really work out for me. I had to relearn them. Because as you go up here, you might be higher, but it doesn't mean that it's necessarily easier to catch. This is way a lot easier to catch, but it requires more power. That's why when you go air flare, you have to lean as possible. That's the second one. First is setup, second is the pike and sweep, and the third is the leaning part. You kind of basically in air flare, if you want to do a lot of air flares and just using your combos and everything, you need to cheat it, but you're not in reality cheating it. This is what I mean by cheating it, by leaning. You're coming for the air flare. You see this? I'm gonna lean towards the side. I catch, and so my body, my shoulder, and everything is gonna lean this way. Huh! And right before, at the same time, I'm applying the force up. When I'm applying the force up, you tap it. Everything's the sweep, gets you up the hips, and then once you reach your maximum point where your shoulder can't go any further, tap it. And then just put your other hand down right away. It'll have the illusion that you're actually just flying for like 1 second and catching it. So that's the key to solving this. Now here I'll show 2 examples. The first example is without leaning. The second example is with leaning. First example. See, the thing is, if you don't lean, you don't have enough space to be able to catch on the other side. That means you need to exert more force in order to catch the other side. But watch it by leaning it. I cheated a bit. Bam! Caught it perfectly on the other hand. And have time to go to other moves. Keep it up high. Which leads to my last and final point about getting one clean air flare is catching it. Catching it, once you catch, you have to stick it. Stick it, hold it, and tuck your head in. Tuck your head in so you can go for second round 90s or come down. So the thing is, you catch, you throw, you catch, stick, and they should be back in the same exact position in the plank. This one, okay? And so, once you get the hang of the catch and the kick, the catch and the kick and the leaning, this is important. You practice just throwing, catching, holding with one hand. If you can hold it with one hand and trying to go and catch it and hold it with one hand for about 2 seconds or so, and you can continue to other moves such as air flare, then you're good. Then you're good. That means you have a solid air flare. This is not considered an air flare. Yeah, one air flare. An air flare, in my term, a clean air flare will be able to go to other moves while exhibiting the same exact concepts. Like if you go air flare, you can go windmill. An air flare, stop dead, is not an air flare. But so when you practice, you actually want to get, from the beginning, you want to practice this. Right? But as you kick more, as your body gets more accustomed to the air flare move itself, you will